Thanks, Taylor. Well, as we enter fall, doctors are urging people to get their flu shot in order to cut down on the number of those in the hospital, along with continuing to urge people to get the COVID vaccine. Joining us this morning with how they're prepping is Bob Atlas, who is the president and CEO of the Maryland Hospital Association. Thanks for joining us today.
Good morning.
So the CDC is predicting the number of those in the hospital with COVID is going to go down, and we've actually seen a decrease in the last 5 days. That's good news.
Yeah, we're very pleased that we're finally seeing a decline, down about 10% from a peak a week or more ago, but still got a long way to go. And while we have almost 75% of the people eligible for vaccine in Maryland vaccinated, fully vaccinated, we still have almost 1 million people in Maryland who are eligible to be vaccinated, unvaccinated, and we need to get those folks in line to get the shots.
And you don't want people to fall behind on getting their flu shot either.
Absolutely. Everybody should get a flu shot. Right now, in fact, the number of people who are hospitalized with COVID in the United States is about the same as the number of people who normally are hospitalized with flu. So flu is also a threat. We want everybody to be healthy all the way through the cold weather.
And we've been talking a lot about the nursing shortage here in Maryland and some of the things that the state has been doing to sort of hire from outside of the state, but also speed up the graduation process. What are you experiencing right now?
Well, our hospitals are really strained for staff to take care of all the patients they have. The COVID patients, even though they're going down some, still a lot. And tremendous demand on our hospitals for all the other things that hospitals normally do for people. So we really need all the help we can get. There's been a lot of movement of nurses to other states because they've had even higher surges. And there's kind of a national market, if you will, for talent. And the rates for pay have been getting bid up.
I can only imagine that's the case. We've also been talking about the difference between the variants too, the Delta, the Alpha. Is there any sort of a difference in the treatment when it comes to those variants of COVID?
I'm not a physician, so
You're going to defer that question. Don't you worry. That's totally fine. So if there's one piece of advice you want to give people right now, what would it be?
If you're not vaccinated, number one thing is get vaccinated. Even if you are vaccinated, follow the guidelines, wear masks when you're indoors. Certainly kids in schools should all be wearing masks. There's plenty of proof that that works. And, just encourage everybody else to get vaccinated who isn't. It's really, that's the answer, the way out of this pandemic. And Maryland is doing better than most states, both on hospitalizations and on vaccination. So the proof is there, and we should all just double down and get it done.
All right. Bob Atlas, thanks so much for joining us this morning. Really appreciate it.
All right. Happy to do it.
All right. Thanks so much, and stay with us.